Yuri Tielemans is really one of those players that we all loved while at Leicester City. In his first 2-3 years there at Leicester City, he was really one of the best players that we've ever seen in the midfield. But last season, he really looked off. That's why you saw to it that no huge teams in the Premier League were interested in him. Yet way back, they are interested in him. Teams like Aston, teams like Manchester United, teams like Manchester City, teams like Tottenham Hotspur, teams like Liverpool were so much into Youri Tielemans. But it all came to an end when he obviously found himself in a position of not offering the best of himself. And even when he was a free agent last season or last summer, no one could really reach near him to sign him. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Football News Show. Good morning. Hope you guys are really having a fantastic Monday start. In my country, it's a chilly day and it was a rainy night. That is it. So we bring you Youri Tielemans onto this channel and his latest update with the side of Aston Villa. That is Youri Tielemans for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David or RD is my name. Now also don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 18,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and we call upon you to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it with the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto our beautiful channel that is the Rokani Media Football. Now, Youri Tielemans, 26 years of age, Belgian international. He was part of the Belgian team that played against Australia in that game that ended, I think Belgium won it, and they are obviously, I think they won it by 3-0. Yeah, Lukaku came in through and obviously scored, and there is a left-footed guy, I've forgotten his name, that went ahead to score a brace into that game. And Tielemans was on the bench and came off the bench to play some minutes in there for you. So we wait and see how that is going to pan out. But all I can confirm to you is that Youri Tielemans is really falling out with the manager of Aston Villa, that is Unai Emery. Unai Emery made lots of promises to Youri Tielemans when he was signing him from Leicester City to obviously bring him into the side of Aston Villa, and he knew that was going to be a very pivotal player into his team. But as it stands, he's not a pivotal player, and his move to Aston Villa has turned into a sour one, with the Foot Insider breaking the story that following an argument with Unai Emery, Youri Tielemans already wants to leave Aston Villa. Now, obviously, a player like Youri Tielemans, with the talent he has, and I was going to hate to rock the Premier League, he will obviously argue with the manager and obviously call for the manager to obviously give him enough starting time. And he has not yet started any Premier League game ever since the season started, something that is very sour to the side of Youri Tielemans. It wouldn't have been him to be pleading for playing time because his levels are really approved, and I don't know why Unai Emery is not obviously starting him into that midfield. But when you look at the midfield of Aston Villa, it's really highly competitive. Boba, Kamara, McGinn, there is Ramsey, there is Douglas Luiz, and to my understanding, Tielemans has a place in that midfield. That is it, because he can play a lot of positions there. He can play as a CDM, he can play as a box-to-box midfielder, he can play as a central attacking midfielder. And you can't tell me that he cannot obviously come in through and obviously play into any of those positions. And that is very shameful, I think, for Unai Emery, because this player, you've just gone ahead to sign him on a free transfer, bring him on the team, and you're not using him. That is really ugly. And one will say, but Rokani, even your manager at Manchester United is not using Jadon Sancho, and that's why Jadon Sancho had to obviously come out and put out a post on his X account. Now, there are two different scenarios. Erik ten Hag did not sign Jadon Sancho, and there is no player he has gone ahead to sign that is underused at the club of Manchester United. That is it. Lisandro Martinez, Tyrell Malacia, Andre Onana, Casemiro, Eriksson, Anthony, Rasmus Højlund, Who else he signed permanently? Sofian Amrabat came in through. Mason Mount. All the players that has gonna hate to sign at Manchester United on a permanent deal, he has gonna hate to give them ample playing time. Remember, in his first season, he signed 5 players: Casemiro, Anthony, Ericsson, Malacia, and Lisandro Martinez. All those players are not complaining about playing time. Now, if Unai Emery had found Youri Tielemans at Aston Villa and he was not his signing, then he would have gone ahead to understand why he's not playing him. But he's the one who signed him, and he's not giving him playing time. Where do you find that? Look at Arteta. Amidst him having lots of insults coming in from Arsenal fans for playing Kai Havertz consistently, he's backing his player and is giving him enough playing time to obviously his team obviously gets where it has to be. And finally, he scored a goal-through penalty against Bournemouth and created an assist for that only goal that Arsenal scored against Manchester City. That is Kai Havertz for you. So I think Unai Emery has gone ahead to shoot himself in the foot because of what he's doing onto Youri Tielemans. And Tielemans is right to push, because this manager made a lot of promises to him when he was telling him to obviously come in through. And as I tell you, there were like 5 teams that were interested in Youri Tielemans: Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad, Galatasaray, and Juventus. Would have gone either way, but he was convinced by this man to stay. And he said, I'm obviously going to stay here and play some good football for you. That is it. So I really understand what is happening in between them, and teams have gone ahead to line up their interest for Youri Tielemans. And the first one is Juventus could try to close the signing of Youri Tielemans in January. Juventus is knocking on the door, and we've been told by Fichajes again that when Tielemans was at Leicester City, Juventus included him on the list of possible move. And last year, when he was in the last year of his contract, they tried to advance, but this came to fruition, and the Belgian ended up playing for Aston Villa, a club from which he could now leave. So, for Juventus, it's really a very good team for Youri Tielemans to obviously take his goodies that side, because it's a team that plays a lot of football at the world level. They are trying to see themselves really go where they deserve to be, and with the suspension of Paul Ebile Pogba, they would love to get in another midfielder like Youri Tielemans. And the beauty of Youri Tielemans is, you get him at Juventus, I think they can get like 20 or 30 million pounds for him to be sold. And then, when Juventus buys him at that amount of money, if he settles in very well because he's 26, a season later, he can obviously collect Juventus 70 or 80 million pounds. Remember, at Leicester City, the reason as to why he failed to join Arsenal was the price that they wanted, with Arsenal going in for only 50 million pounds and Leicester calling in for 65 million pounds for this guy, meaning that he is really at that level, and if at all he increases his talent to the wavelength required, he can see himself earn a lot of money from his talent. That is Youri Tielemans, earning more than what he has to earn in there for you. But I know Youri Tielemans is not stupid. Would have gone ahead to include a clause of selling him cheaply, right, if at all he doesn't get enough playing time, because these agents of these players are obviously very wise, and they obviously know that it might not go on as planned, and they have to include what we call an exit plan into their contracts. For Youri Tielemans to Juventus, it will be a hugely welcoming side, because I know Allegri, the manager of Juventus, might be wanting to see Tielemans' partner Rabiot and Locatelli playing as a midfield 3, because I think can win it against McKennie, that United States international. That is it coming in from Juventus. There is another team that has gone obviously to really get contacted by Youri Tielemans and his agents, and it's none other than Galatasaray. And a Spur one of the biggest news outlets coming in from Turkey, has confirmed to us that Youri Tielemans sent a message to Galatasaray through his manager and agent asking to meet again in January. Belgian's manager to Galatasaray: "We can meet again for Tielemans if you want." Okan Buruk also told the management that he wanted his transfer very much. So during the summer transfer window, Galatasaray wanted to sign Youri Tielemans, but it was really impossible because Tielemans was sold on this idea to stay into the Premier League. But it looks like the experiment has not gone ahead to give Tielemans and his agent the results they wanted, and they believe it's high time. They obviously left Aston Villa, and they've gone ahead to contact Galatasaray to see to it that they obviously get him out of Aston Villa in the January transfer window. One, Tielemans might be trying to put this in the media to see to it that he catches the attention of Unai Emery that you are losing me and I'm leaving. I'm leaving to the teams that really want me. That is it. That's another way of pushing to enough playing time for a player like Youri Tielemans. Right? And secondly, he might be doing that to obviously get his deal early enough and know that I'm out of the plans of Aston Villa, and then he gets his deal sealed even before the January transfer, such that when January knocks on the door, he gets to where he deserves to be. He also wants to see the stance of Aston Villa on his well-played game. That is it. Whether they are in for him or not. But it's really very teary for the player of Youri Tielemans because he's really talented and he has a lot to do in this beautiful game of football. And I think it's a matter of him getting a right club, a right manager who is willing to obviously get him into the team and play a lot of football for the team. But for me, I think he needs to first go like to a league like Spanish La Liga or the Serie A to revive his career there. After reviving it for like 1 or 2 seasons, then he'll return to the big stage in the Premier League, because it looks like last season was really heavy for him and it showed him really depreciate a lot, and he needs to appreciate again by going to a team outside the Prem. That is it. So guys, your thoughts on Tielemans wanting out of Aston Villa after falling out with the manager? That is Unai Emery for Aston Villa. A welcome in the comment section below. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. It's a Monday. We call for the blessings to everyone, and may you really get blessed in all of your endeavors. Rokani David remains my name. You can as well call me RD. I sign out for now. See you in the next 2 or 3 hours from now, but don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we will upload in here on this channel, and hit the notification bell. I'm out.